Goal today is to help prevent you from burning down your shop. What's up, y'all? My name's Andy. This is Epeius Garage. And recently something happened to me that was really coincidental with some other videos. So the topic of today's video is spontaneous combustion with natural oils. And I'm not talking about petroleum oils, but like boiled linseed oil, tung oils, natural oils. They can spontaneous combust. Some people think it's a myth. They literally tell you on the bottle that it can spontaneous combust. Luckily, I already knew this from experience and videos and watching YouTube, so I've always been careful with it. But recently, Stumpy Nubs came out with a really good video on the same subject, and it's funny because right afterwards, it happened to me. And when I watched the video, I already knew everything he was talking about, and it was a really good video. I was aware. I watched it anyways. You always learn more stuff. But right afterwards, I was redoing my workbench with boiled linseed oil. I spilled almost all this. It fell over, went on the ground. So as a woodworker, what do we have a lot of to soak up? Sawdust. I took sawdust out of my planer bag, sawdust bag, put it down, soaked up all the oil, cleaned up the mess. But I knew that all that sawdust could generate enough heat and combust. So what I did is I took all that sawdust, I put it in a cardboard box, yes, cardboard, and I put it out in our fire pit. Then I took the rags that I used, I laid them out over my table saw. My end of my table saw has like this bar. I always use it to lay out rags and let them dry. I laid the rags out nice and evenly over that, and then the next morning I flew out for my job on the job site, and I get a call saying, hey, Andy, there's smoke coming out of the fire pit. Do you know what's going on? And instantly I knew what was going on. I was like, oh my gosh, it's spontaneously combusting. So I asked my kiddo and my wife, I was like, hey, could y'all take some videos of this and just kind of film it for a video I want to do? So they did. They filmed it smoking, and then eventually they went inside and they came back and it was gone. Like, it was nothing but ashes. So I'm assuming it flamed up, burnt it all, and it was nothing but a pile of ashes in my fire pit. But if I hadn't have known that that was going to happen, that could have been in my trash can. Let me show you. Right there. That's my trash can. That could have been right there in the trash bag. That could have gone up while my wife or I was gone. While I was out of town, my wife was at work. That could have gone up, caught this entire house on fire, and that would have been it. And I'm sure this happens all the time. So I wanted to tell y'all about it, that it can happen. So if you're using any of these oils, make sure you are careful with them, even if it's not rags. So rags, of course, lay them out, put them away. I don't like the whole metal trash can thing. They can still burn up in that. Flames can come out, catch something else on fire if you don't have it away from everything. If you spread your rags out, that heat that's generated is going to be no more than what you put on the tabletop. If you ball the rag up, it's going to generate the heat. Just like the sawdust in the box. That sawdust was all compiled in there. It generated enough heat, it spontaneously combusted, and it burnt up. And that could have been my shop, but it wasn't, thanks to information. So I wanted to pass this information on to y'all. Hopefully nobody burns down their shop. I would hate hearing about somebody's shop or house being burnt down. So y'all, be safe out there. I hope this helps. Maybe somebody learned something. If I prevented one fire, I would feel really good about it. It's Friday. Cheers.